So we were looking at verse number 4 in Laghu, Vakya, Vritti. Jagara swapnayoho eva bodha abhasa vidambana. There is a word for vidambana, means masquerade. Masquerade or vyavahara is the meaning of vidambana. So the activities of the intellect. Padma, you can shift your... So, the bodha abhasa is the ego. Now the ego in Vedantic context is not pride or arrogance. It is simply deha abhimana, identification with the bodies. This is me, this defines me. Yeah? Swamiji will always say, whatever the state of your mind, be it depression or failure, sense of failure, don't let the mind define you. What a powerful statement. Don't let the state of the mind define you. This was actually our parting Guru Padesha in the valedictory after 3.5 years. Long talk. I remember this. So they are passing states. Sukham and Dukham are agama painaha. But you can choose to be free from both. You are bodha. So this bodha abhasa is the reflected consciousness, and that is the interacting jiva. It's vidambana. It's vyavahara, what activities, yeah. They are happening in which two states? Jagrat avastha and swapna. Only these two. Then suptau, saptami here. In the sushupti avastha too, whereas that means the bodha abhasa, the reflected consciousness, laye. So this is sati saptami. Tat laye. In the sushupti avastha, the reflected consciousness along with the mind sleeps, switched off. Yeah? It cannot cause any more mischief, no more vidambana. Okay? And then, so that causal status, that deep sleep is jadyam. Jadyam means in that state, there is only ignorance. There is only karana shariram. Yeah? And that jadyam prakashayet, shuddha bodhaha. So the pure consciousness or the bodhaha illumines even the absence of the activities of the mind. Do you get that? Now, Panchadashi, you may have heard, I have mentioned it a couple of times. Panchadashi, Swamiji would say, is a beautiful prasada grantha, very technical. Panchadashi, as the name suggests, has 15 chapters, and the author is one great Swami Vidyaranya of the Vijayanagara Empire. A great sage and sadhu is composed, and I think we did all the 15 chapters. And forgetting what all we did not. So in that, chapter 9, there is a Nataka Deepa Prakarana. Now, Nataka Deepa translates to theatre lamp. Yeah? So, there is a lamp in the theatre. See, these are the times of the Vedic times, where dramas would happen, street plays. So, there is a lamp, and then it is on. It is always on. Right? And then a show is to begin. Audience is streaming in. The curtain is drawn first. Then it is open. Director comes, introduces the actors. Then scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. The lamp is illumining the coming of the audience, the dancers or the actors, and their various moods and everything. The story unfolds and everything happens. Then the last act. Curtain is drawn, they bow and leave. Audience leaves. The lamp is still on. What is it illumining now? Emptiness. Exactly. It is illumining the absence of people, absence of activities, absence of everything. That's called jadyam. Yeah? So the Nataka Deepa Prakarana is, bodhaha is like that, Nataka Deepaha, which illumines the presence of things in the Jagrat and Swapna Avastha, and the absence when the dhi is switched off. Yeah, absence of all activity. Yeah? And when just now we did a meditation. Now what is meditation? We are awake and we want that Anandam as a conscious person, not just when I'm asleep. See, when I'm asleep, it's a passive Ananda, right? I can't actively experience Ananda. Anandam is there, but I will get the full benefit only when I wake up. But I want the Anandam of that Sushupti Avastha in the Jagrat Avastha. How to get that? Slowing down the mind. How do you slow down the mind? Sattva. We have just concluded chapter 14 of the Gita, no? We had a detailed analysis of the gunas. Rajas will create more and more vrittis. Whether it's due to company or to, you want to climb the corporate ladder and, business activities, too much partying and meeting friends and this function, that function, will create more vrittis in the mind. Because when you have experiences, the more the vyavahara, more chances of misunderstanding. Then unknowingly I may hurt somebody or I get hurt. Then why did I say that? Then first there is guilt, then there is anger, then there is sadness. So more vrittis means more trouble. But sattvic meditation, what it does is, it channelizes, first it slows down the vrittis, then channelizes the vritti to only one mantra. Let's say Om or Om Namah Shivaya. Or today what I did was just simply watch the mind. And the vrittis are like little pranksters, kids. I want this, demanding. Kids are very demanding, right? And I want this, I want that. If you don't give me, I will strike and not do this, not do that for you. Our thoughts are our own children. They're born of my samskaras. But I simply watch. I think mothers do that, no? They simply give a stare at the child and then the child will get the message. Right? So we want to watch the mind and then slowly it will understand. I have to slow down, reduce the vrittis. So then there will be only channelizing of the vritti. Yeah? And we do that through japa meditation, one mantra. And then we find that the lesser the vrittis, the more powerful the mind. The mind will be like a laser beam now. And whatever you pick up, a shloka, it will flash on your mind. You will understand the deeper truths. The mind can now penetrate. But vritti-filled mind is like a pot which is filled with holes, perforated. So energy is leaking. Okay? So here, there is nothing more here. It is talking about the nature of both the abhasa in the waking and dream states. See, dream also, we don't... do you all remember your dreams? Sometimes we do. People interpret also dreams, no? Sigmund Freud and all, there is this Freudian psychology. They say it comes true. I don't know if that's a superstition or we have to question all these beliefs and not just simply take it for granted. Otherwise, we are under the fear of we get drawn. Like, in the last class at that Crest Hall, I said, Dakshinamurti or the Guru will always face south. And students face north because they want freedom. And south stands for ignorance. So Guru doesn't mind facing south because let Yama be there, anybody, knowledge is there for the Guru. So one student in our class, one day it so happened there was a power plug only in that side. So I was facing north. Students were facing south. And she sent me a message, Amma, can I face north?
Actually, Amma, many homes, they don't allow you to sit facing
south. Yeah, of course. That is there in Vyavahara, no? Even our homes,
studying or
any sadhana you do, you should not face the south. Yeah. But as students of Vedanta, so we have to rise above the fear, which is induced by whatever our parampara, something falls, kumkumam falls, you think it's auspicious, marriage will happen, or this happens and this is going to happen. Things happen by a higher will. Yeah? And you can't attribute it to such causes. No? Anyway, So here it is about the mind, the vrittis. And vrittis are, costing energy also. I told you vritti is a thought form. Even sleep is a vritti. According to Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Worry is a vritti. Anxiety is a vritti. I have to do this for my kids. That is a vritti. So, does not mean that we don't do anything. Yeah, but we have to do it in a very conscious, channeled manner instead of wild, vrittis. That is the idea here. Okay. Now let's go to verse number 5. Jagare pidhiyastushnim dhiyastushnim. That one, no? Right?
Yes.
Jagare pidhiyastushnim भावशुद्धेन भास्यते. See, again, we're not supposed to break that. Jagare pidhiyastushnim bhavashuddhena bhasyate. Bhavashuddhena bhasyate. Dhivyaparascha chidbhasyaha. Here we can break because sandhi. Chidbhasyaha chidbhasena samyuta. Dhivyaparascha chidbhasyaha. Chidabhasena sanyuta. Together one time. Jagare pidhiyastushnim chidbhasyaha. Then chidabhasena sanyuta. Okay, jagare api dhiyaha tushnim bhava shuddhena bhasate. Now the question is, is only the sleep state calm and peaceful? The waking state is not calm and peaceful?
We can make it.
That is what this shloka is saying. Jagare api dhiyaha, of the intellect, tushnim bhava can be there. Tushnim means quietude. The state of quietude, tushnim bhava, the calm and sattva of the mind, dhiyas tushnim bhava, can be there even in jagrat avastha. And even that shuddhena bhasyate. Shuddha means shuddha bodha. The pure consciousness illumines even when you are calm in the waking state. When are we calm in the waking state?
When we can control our mind.
Yeah. Does it happen a lot or not so much? Here, how is the mind in Anikati?
Here now it is calm.
Exactly.
We cannot get this everywhere.
Exactly, yeah.
Extremely sattvic, Amma.
Extremely sattvic. See, when you come here, we come with, till the last minute there must have been a lot of tension, right? Winding up things at home. You almost feel like cancelling the trip. Because my anubhava also is like that. And then you just drag on. Then I was telling Lata, we're going to arrive very tired at the airport. We'll have a cup of coffee there. So, because so many vrittis are there, we're not able to let go. And the home being the comfort zone defines our attachments. Our duties are there, attachments are there. My favorite cup, my room, the comfort, convenience of the room. And once you get unsettled, they all want to pull you back. Right? So it's very difficult to come away from the comfort zone. Yeah? But you're all bold mumukshus. You have taken this step. And when you do this, Swamiji said, initially the first day, the body is here, but the mind is there. What is my son doing? What is my partner doing? Is everything okay? And no internet also, how I can contact them. Then second day onwards, you begin to accept. They'll be fine. Puja Swamiji would say very funnily, when you're not there at home, they'll be even better off. You think you are taking care, Who is really taking care? God. Through you, no doubt. But don't you have the right to win that Anandam for yourself?
Even they say when you are not there, we were very happy.
That's mean.
Things went very smooth.
Exactly, because we are not saying don't do this. They can, eat a pizza or children, and and leave the home in a mess, and it's you're not on top of them all the time. And my experience is whenever I come away from a home, when I return, I find all the plants are blooming. And when this happened a few times, I felt very upset. I said, see, when I'm there, I'm chanting so many mantras and sutras, they don't give flowers. Moment I'm gone and I tell the maid, you take care of the plants, they're all blooming like anything. So colorful. Then I think, oh, am I watering too much? Is there a logical solution to this?
Maybe the expectations itself is.
Whatever. So,
That question, why? Maybe that's also not correct. Why are they not blossoming?
of course, that is also, yes. They are blossoming, but I
think
noticed.
In our absence, the value for us is more felt.
That's sweet.
Not this generation.
Very sweet.
We should not think we are the doer, we are the ones.
Yes. That's true. Somebody said expectation. See, when I'm there, then I try to dig it and remove the dead leaves and water it, and then I'm having expectation, and they don't like it maybe. Like children. Mother will scold me, I should not eat this, not watch TV, screen time, lower karo, kam karo. So, here it is said that, in an environment like this, an ashram, it can be the meditation hall in Ramakrishna Mission back home, Indira Park. I used to go there just to sit in the hall before Maharaj. So quiet it is. Every Ramakrishna Mission has it.
Even Ramana ashrams.
Yeah, Ramana Ashram also. So that is what this says. And there you can experience the Shuddha Bhavaha. Yeah. That is whatever I do, whatever I don't do, does not define me, cannot diminish the Anandam, cannot really increase my Anandam. Shuddhena Bhasate. Then Dhi Vyaparaha Cha Chit Bhasyaha Chidabhasena Sanyataha. Same thing. The Vyaparas, the activities of the Dhi, are illumined by Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa is Bodhabhasa. Synonyms. And they are now endowed with this Chidabhasa. That is, the mind is lighted up. Yeah? Lighted up by the Chidabhasa. So in short, all the vrittis of the mind, whether they are more vrittis or medium vrittis or less vrittis or almost no vritti in sleep. Sleep is also a vritti. Chidabhasena samyuta. They are illumined by the Chidabhasa. There is the Nataka Deepa, which is illumining everything. Presence and absence. Yeah?
Amma, what is the difference between Chidabhasa and Shuddhabhasa?
Bodhabhasa, I think. Yeah. Same. Synonyms, yeah. Chidabhasa and Bodhabhasa is reflected consciousness. Just two names for the same thing. Yeah. If you, yoga students know this, no? In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, there is the second sutra, that is Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That is, the Chittam will have lot of vrittis. And when we do Nirodhanam, Tushni Bhava, quieten down, then that is yoga. Patanjali defines it like that. Beautiful definition.
That's why we are getting more energy after doing yoga.
Yes. Yeah.
Because of that.
Correct. Because now your body, your mind and everything is aligned. So I hope everybody is doing yoga. And yeah. But also the environment makes a difference. For an advanced yogi, it is said that even when they are sitting in Monda market, there will be bodha, there will be the awareness that I am Shuddha Bodha. Or at the airport. So much happening. But for a perfectly mastered mind of a jnani, it doesn't matter where. The mind can be, then he may go and say, okay, I need this ticket, Vyavahara will be there, then again back to the base. But for the average person, we have to retreat and to places like this, a temple or a small corner of your room, and then have the Tushni Bhava. Okay? Nothing more here in the 6th one. Now we are going to see an analogy in the 6th verse. Vanhi taptam jalam tapayuktam dehasya tapakam.
वह्नितप्तं जलं तापयुक्तं देहस्य तापकम्
चिद्भास्याधीस्तथा भासयुक्तान्यं भासयेत् तथा
चिद्भास्याधीस्तदा भासयुक्तान्यं भासयेत् तथा
Together. Vanhi taptam jalam tapayuktam dehasya tapakam Bhasayuktanyam bhasayet tatha. Yeah. So here we are going to see an analogy of how the bodha lights up our mind. How does it happen? So a simple example is given to connect with that fact. Vanhi taptam jalam. Vanhina taptam jalam. Vanhi means fire. So my maid, every day she will heat a pot of water on actual fire, put faggots, and the children will have the bath from that. Okay, nice hot water. So vanhi taptam jala means the water that is made to boil by fire, using fire. Then what? It becomes tapayuktam. Tapayuktam means it also becomes hot. Now is heat the property of water? No. Water is meant to quench our thirst. Its property is healing and flowing and giving rasa, but not to heat. So what has happened here? The heat which is intrinsic to the fire has been lent or is borrowed by the water. Yeah? Then what? Then that hot water, dehasya tapakam. Now the hot water is capable of burning the deha. If you drop it accidentally, you get blisters and all that. Yeah? Fire burns, but water should cool, yes. But heated water, it has borrowed the burning capacity from the fire, and now it can do what fire does. Yeah. That is, dehasya tapakam karanam bhavati. Okay? So water is not essentially hot, but gets the property of heat from fire. And what fire does? Scalding. This water will do it. Now water can be used for a good purpose also. Like having a bath in winters. But this is showing, what is this example showing? Next line. Chidbhasyaha dhihi tada bhasayuktan yukta anyam bhasayet tatha. So too, the dhi, the mind, which when illumined by chidabhasa, what will it do? Tada bhasayukta. It will also be endowed with sentience, then it can anyam bhasayet. Now the mind can know other objects. Did you get the analogy? I'll explain. So the dhi, like water. So dhi has to be compared to water, right? Just as water heated by fire can do what fire does, burn. So too, the dhi illumined by bodha can, illumine or reveal the objects. We have seen this in Ekashloki. No? How do I know that the sun is shining right now? Sun is shining, right? By the light. How do you know that? Yeah, eyes. Eyes have to, the light is bouncing off our eyes, right? So eyes, now if you are blind, if one is blind, you won't know whether the sun is shining or not, will you? Unless you go out and stand in the sun. But let's say in a room. So eyes are needed to know that the sun is shining, right? Now, if the mind is absorbed, in the past, the eyes cannot know the sun without the mind. So it is the mind that will empower the eyes. Come on, now look. Sun is shining, moon is shining, somebody has come, somebody has left. The mind. But now both the eyes and the mind are jadam. We just saw they are matter. So how did they get the property to illumine objects of the world, including the sun? Chidabhasa, Bodha. Yeah. So the mind is illumined, or the dhi word is used here. The dhi is chidbhasya, illumined by Bodha, and now this mind can experience the world. In deep sleep, we don't experience the world. No? And so, the mind got this property from Bodha to illumine the world, just as water got the property to burn skin from fire. You got the analogy? See, Adi Shankaracharya's in those days analogies are very simple. Gold, clay pot, sun reflecting, water heated in a pot. Natural. And very relatable daily examples. Okay? So that is the, Then what is the role of pure consciousness? Next shloka, verse 7. Rupadau gunadoshaadi vikalpa buddhika kriyaha.
रूपादौ गुणदोषादि विकल्पा बुद्धिगा क्रिया
रूपादौ गुणदोषादि विकल्पा बुद्धिगा क्रियाः
रूपादौ गुणदोषादि विकल्पा बुद्धिगा क्रिया
ताः क्रिया विषयै सार्धं भासयन्ति चितिर्मता
ताः क्रिया विषयै सार्धं भासयन्ति
Together. Rupadau gunadoshaadi vikalpa buddhiga kriyaha ta kriya vishaye sadham bhasayanti chitirmatam. The sandhis will break first. Rupadau gunadoshadi vikalpaha buddhigaha kriyaha. Taha kriyaha vishayehi sadham bhasayanti chitihi mata. Now, have you noticed one interesting feature? We started with the word for consciousness was Bodha, right? And then, which is Pullinga Shabda, masculine. Then we are used to Brahma, neuter Shabda as same Bodha. Now, what is the word for Bodha? Chitihi. Chitihi is Strilinga. That means the pure Bodha has no gender. When we endow a gender, we say Jagat Janani, Universal Mother, Jnaneshwari, that is a Saguna Brahma. Okay? And then Maheshwara, Dakshinamurti is a Saguna Brahma. Very important level to go to the Nirguna Bodha level. So here, the word Chitihi is used. Chitihi Mata. Now, Rupadau. Again Saptami. Rupadau means Rupa Adi. Rupa means form. So, it is Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha Adi. Not Adi. Finished. So, in all these objects of Shabda, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, yeah, we leave out one, Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Yeah. That is called Rupadau here. In all these sense objects that are entering the mind, guna doshadi vikalpaha santi. What is guna? Guna means good. Dosha means defective. Yeah. So buddhigaha kriyaha. So the objects of senses, like jasmine smell is coming in, the taste of palaparam, is coming through the tongue. Then peacocks we're hearing through the ears. Flowers we're seeing through the eyes. Yeah. Then the wind we're feeling through the twak. Are these good or bad? Neither. They are what they are. But who is saying, oh, jasmine smell is excellent, and the taste of jackfruit? The smell more, no, not the taste. But who is doing this interpretation? That is mentioned here. In the Rupadau, Gunadoshadi Vikalpaha. Vikalpa means the options, the various labels and definitions is Buddhigaha Kriyaha, is the work of the intellect. The intellect is assigning a value. I like jasmine, but I hate jackfruit. I like spring season, but I hate winters. Like I am afraid of the Telangana summer. Every year I have a problem. But this is again the problem of the mind, intellect. The summer is part of nature. Without the summer you can't have monsoons, and then how will the earth be, revived? It's part of the setup, cosmic setup. So Rupada, Guna, Dosha, good and bad, or neutral also it can be. These are the Vikalpaha, the activities of the Buddhi. Buddhigaha, Kriyaha. Creations of the intellect. Now why should I hate one object and love another object? Because we have just seen that the object is an object. Yeah? The rose does not say love me or hate me. But why do we say that? Raga Dveshas. Correct. And Raga Dveshas come from where? Mind. The Swabhava. And Swabhava is the guna composition, which is again all the vasanas that are lying deep embedded. And that is why Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Let us develop evenness of mind with respect to whatever comes in Vyavahara. Then Taha Kriyaha Vishayehi Sardham Bhasayanti Chitihi Mata. Mata means it is considered, Mandhatu, it is considered. What? The Chiti is considered, Chiti means Bodha. Chitihi Bhasayanti, it illumines all this. It illumines your judgments. This is bad, this is good, this is favorable, unfavorable, Sukham, Dukkham, likes, dislikes. Chitihi or Bodha or Brahma is the Sakshi of all this. Did you get it? Same thing is being repeated, nothing new here. So notions of good and bad with respect to the sense objects are the creations of the intellect. As Swamiji will say, Pao and this, Jnanendriyani, they are like data reporters. Why should you punish them? They are only bringing in the sensations of the world. Yeah? You don't know how to deal with them and master them. And then you say, this is bad, this food is bad. Because we lack self-mastery. And hence, that is the point here which we can add. Okay? So the functions of the intellect, which are the activities of the mind, buddhigaha, kriyaha, they attribute the label and the definitions. Yeah? But consciousness by itself is pure, chitihi. But that chitihi is lights up my mind. And whatever is in the mind, that will be the interpretation. Yeah? So that's why it is said a sattvic mind will find a sattvic world, will experience a sattvic world. There will be acceptance and gratitude for Ishvara, and samatvam will be there. But rajasic mind is also lighted up by chitti, and it will find that the world is, very exploitation is there, and people are out to get me, and then tamasic mind, indifferent. But who is lighting up the mind? Chitihi. That is the idea here. Okay? We'll just chant these shlokas and then stop for today. Fifth, no? Fifth, sixth, seventh. जागरेऽपि धियस्तूष्णीं भावशुद्धेन भास्यते धीव्यापाराश्च चिद्धास्याः चिदाभासेन संयुताः वह्नितप्तं जलं तापयुक्तं देहस्य तापकम् चिद्भास्याधीस्तदा भासयुक्तान्यं भासयेत्तथा रूपादौ गुणदोषादिविकल्पा बुद्धिगा क्रियाः ताः क्रिया विषये सार्धं भासयन्ति चितिर्मता ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ Did anybody go to Murugan temple? We'll go in the evening. So 3:30 we will meet. 3:45, yes, after tea. Okay. And we can go to the office now about tomorrow.